Hundreds of thousands of people worldwide are seeing specific charges showing up on their credit card statements. They didn't do business with this company, and yet they're showing up. We're going to give you the date to be checking on your credit card statements and what to look for. It's potentially very, very serious. We have the Boar's Head Lunchmeat Recall has been expanded dramatically to millions of pounds of lunch meats. We'll give you the latest on that. We have a protest of farmers in Idaho taking their tractors down to the Capitol to protest the water shortages and the water policies that are happening right now out there. Also, we have a blood shortage protocol being enacted, a critical blood shortage protocol being enacted at 350 hospitals across 4 states. We got your reports, your updates, and more. Let's jump right into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates that you guys are sending in from all over the world, and mixed in with a little bit of news and keeping you on the cutting edge of what's going on out there. Before we dive in, we do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They do a fantastic job helping people with retirement accounts. If you want to get into physical metals, yet you have your money locked up in a retirement account, Jonathan and his team can explain to you what it would look like to switch some or all of it over into gold, silver, or platinum. If you want to get that in prepper bars, you can do that nowadays, or you can get other kinds of metals that will work for you. There'll be a link at the end of the video for you to find out more. This is from Ultra MAGA Patriot, but it's about the Boar's Head recall. The recall on Boar's Head meats has gone up to over 7 million pounds. I did verify all that. It's indeed the case. There is now an investigation into Boar's Head meats and a lawsuit from a couple in Missouri who got deathly ill from listeria. So we're talking about a major meat recall, especially when we see it expand dramatically. That does indicate that there is something serious going on here, that as they started testing more and more of the meat, they did find more and more listeria infections across the way. Now, we saw that this was related to lots and lots of delis all over the United States having people getting sick. The FDA was trying to figure out what lunch meats were impacted, but we were talking about over 7 states initially while they were trying to piece this together until they finally figured out apparently it was Boar's Head meats. So that is a big deal out there. I know they're popular if you go to the deli. So be aware of that. Make sure that you are checking what you are eating and make sure it is not part of the recall. If you did eat some, make sure you're not feeling sick. If so, go seek medical treatment. Listeria is no joke. Hundreds of farmers and their tractors went to Idaho Falls Tuesday to protest the water situation that is killing their crops this year. And the major concern they have is, what are the policies going to be like next year? We can't go and plant our crops and then have you just cut all of our water. So the simple thing that they're asking for is, let us know what the policies are going to be for next year. And the government is out there saying, well, we're going to try to have answers for you by the end of November. But friends, that is a long way away. It's a lot of people being impacted by this groundwater ban. And it's really causing some serious issues out there in Idaho and for potatoes at large. We're going to see impacts, sizable impacts on the potato harvest this year. Not only potatoes, but even more important than potatoes, blood. Critical blood shortage protocols have been initiated in 350 hospitals in 4 states after the blood donation nonprofit One Blood was hacked. Their systems completely shut down, and they can no longer take blood or track it. So that's causing serious problems. They service 350 hospitals. They have initiated blood shortage protocols, which means that they can get blood from other hospitals that are not in network. They can also reach out to other providers such as the Red Cross and such like that. If you're in those southern states, One Blood is based in Florida, and we're talking about states just around Florida. So this is a big deal. If you need to go to the hospital for blood and stuff like that, be aware that there is issues with that. So if you have loved ones in the hospital that may need blood donations, you might want to ask some questions before you get there, or if they're already in a hospital, see what you can do. And if you are in those areas and you have particularly O negative blood, universal donor, be open to the possibility that maybe you might be able to help out. This may mean that there may be like hospitals accepting direct donations or other processing centers. I don't know that whole system. I know that once you get it donated, it's got to be tested and processed or something like that. But however they do that, there may be needs in your area. While One Blood may be down, there may be other organizations in that area that may be able to accept blood, and they may need your help with that. All right, friends, we have people worldwide seeing these credit card charges. They are showing up as Shopify-charge.com. And this is, like I said, hundreds of thousands of people who have not done any business with Shopify or anything like that, and that's not Shopify, okay? That is a scam charge. What they're seeing is either $1 or $0 charges to their credit card statements. Look for either one of those because both of them are problematic, okay? If somebody is doing a test charge, even if it's for $0 on your credit card, just to see if it will go through, they may come back and try to take a much larger amount out later. So check your credit card statements, see if this happened. Most people are seeing it either show up July 21st or after. So check July 21st onward on your credit card statements. We're hearing that Discover has been impacted, Monzo, Capital One, and Visa credit cards. No word yet on any Amex cards being impacted by that, but do make sure that you are not being scammed yourself. Check your credit card statements, check online, whatever you can to make sure that this isn't impacting you. If it is, contact your credit card company and say, hey, there's this charge here, it shouldn't be here. You know, send me a new card or whatever you need to do. Freddie says, live in Mulberry, Arkansas. No Lipton tea at Alma and Van Buren Walmart stores. Shelf spaces have been filled with other tea brands. Does anyone out there know what's up with that? Haven't heard about Lipton particularly having issues, but we will dig into that as best we can. If anyone has any information about that, please let us know. This is from Charlotte. If you drink Folgers coffee, you should stock up this week. I won't say how I know, I just know. Now, we've been hearing this percolating out there. We had a Walmart manager tell somebody that they think that Folgers is going to be impacted shortly, that it may be hard to find and prices up. Then this, also Bloomberg is out there reporting that Folgers is about to do a large price hike. Now they also own Dunkin' Donuts coffee, so they're going to also be hiking prices over there as well. Robusta coffee beans have had some very bad harvests the last several years. It's finally punching us right in the face. If you like your coffee, expect coffee prices to go up. Good idea to stock up on it if you can. If you can tolerate the instant stuff, I honestly don't mind it at all. Instant freeze-dried coffee is not that expensive. It's a little more expensive, but it's super compact and it lasts basically forever. As long as it's still packaged well, instant coffee lasts just about forever. So that's a good thing to stock up on. Daughter of Christ says, Australia. We had a few weird power surges here. Heard it and felt it. A few people said it was as strange, described it as strange. Never felt anything like it. Also, the internet has been dropping out a lot. So if anyone else in Australia is hearing or seeing, or if you are knowing anything about these surges or also having issues with the internet, please let us know. If you guys have an update you'd like to share with us, please use the word update somewhere in your comment. It can be on this video or any video on this channel. Make sure it's one of the purple channel videos, and that will get it to the right place. Please give us some sort of geographical location so we can use it. You don't have to be super specific. You can be vague if you need to be. That's fully understandable. But if you're like, don't tell us anything, it doesn't really help, right? At least give us like East Coast, West Coast, give us a state, give us a couple states, whatever. Sky House Grandma. What's with the chicken? It's a good question. Second time in a week, 2 different towns in Western Washington. I couldn't get a whole chicken. All Fred Meyer had was $19.99 organic chicken. Now, if you take a gold bar and you stick it where the stuffing goes, then that might be an appropriate price. But short of that, that sounds a little high to me. Joan says, our best doctors are leaving the medical industry because, as my wonderful doctor said, I can no longer cure anyone. I just said that on a video the other day, just about how sadly it seems like doctors and the medical profession as a whole are being forced to look at trying to not get sued rather than to actually help people. Happy Gardner says, I was just at my local Kroger in Franklin, Ohio. I was planning on getting a bunch of celery and my jaw nearly hit the floor. In 2 months, the price has doubled to $1.89, and the ones in the case looked horrible. Many other veg items were sad looking and not as plentiful as in the past. Even though we're not having shortages of vegetables right now, what we are seeing is that what we have, we kind of wish we were in shortage, because it's just like, what is this stuff? How can we no longer grow vegetables? That's a simple question that needs to be answered by somebody out there. Why aren't we able to grow vegetables anymore? Big Blue says, our Rite Aid drugstore in Walnutport, Pennsylvania has loads of empty shelves with empty boxes turned backwards and used to fill in the blank areas. The store employee said this store isn't closing, but that's not how it looks. It looks more and more like the pictures of the stores in the USSR. If you wait for the politicians to tell you that a country has collapsed, you're going to be waiting until after the country has collapsed. If you looked at the store shelves, you can see a little more accurately what's going on out there. If you can look at the wages that people are making, you look at the signs and you can read the tea leaves, and it'll be clear as day. But if you wait for the politicians to tell you, you'll be waiting a while. This is Rick from the state of Washington over by Spokane. Thank you for that update on the coffee. Issues with coffee, please get stocked up if you need it, right? That'll help lots of people. That'll help me too, and maybe may the Lord be with everyone on this, and have a great day, everybody. GR7, thank you for doing the segment on Canada. As other viewers have said, it is far worse than you think. We already have internet censorship, and recently a person made a post on TikTok alerting people who are going to a very popular beach in Ontario. That person, that people of different nationalities are using the beach as their personal toilet. She was not the only one to see it, but the only one to put the word out. She has been visited by local police for a TikTok post. Now, TikTok might need to be a crime just because, but making a social media post about something in Canada will get you the police showing up at your door. If some liberal, leftist, woke person doesn't like what you have to say, they will call the police on you. This is happening in the UK. This is happening over in Europe. This is happening in Canada. And friends, every time they start ramming these red flag laws through, in the United States, what do you think is going to happen here? Some Karen is going to pick up the phone and call the police on you because they feel threatened by you. They're going to say that because you have a Trump yard sign out in front of your house, you shouldn't be allowed to have guns. They're going to say because you're waving that American flag on the flagpole in front of your house, you shouldn't be allowed any of your rights, that the police should detain you. I was just watching a video the other day about a guy on the plane. He was just minding his own business. I forget if he had like a Trump shirt on or something. But the lady who sat down next to him just lost her mind that he was a Trump supporter, and she demanded that they move her because she couldn't sit next to this person. And she eventually was escorted by police off the plane to the cheers of the passengers. That's what we're up against. So she was visited by the local police for protesting or posting this thing on TikTok about the beach. Trudeau is trying to be a dictator. Canada is really doomed if he stays in power. Thanks for all your updates. Please do keep your updates coming in. I appreciate all of them. Thanks so much for being part of this community. This is an awesome community. I was just talking to, I have a YouTube rep that in Costa Rica that apparently talks to me a little bit every so often. And one of the things he said, it's amazing how many comments you get on your videos. And I kind of share with them kind of what we do here. We share information. You guys share information with me, and I try to put that together into reports and share it back. This is a community. We're working together on this. This is a community project, and it is an intelligence source, right? We're practicing on the store shelves right now, and that's useful. But when it really starts going sideways, this is the type of information gathering system that is going to be so invaluable to all of us. So thanks for being a part of this project and for helping get the word out to people, but also being prepared to step up and share information at a national and an international level as it is needed so desperately. Thanks so much for joining with us. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold about what you can do with your retirement account to make it a little more SHTF proof, there's a link right there. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report out.